Now what are you doing? Ruining my intro. No, don't eat that. Get off me. There's been an incident. I was trimming my hair and I miscalculated the size of the clippers I was using until it was too late. So now I'm bald. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal, to be honest. I wasn't super attached to my hair before, and it grows really quickly. I'm not worried about it. I did immediately bleach it, though, because I feel very exposed and weird and naked with my natural hair color, which is like a dark brown. And anytime I'd walk by a mirror, I'd like jump scare myself, and I was like, I can't live like this. So I bleached it, and I will probably put some toner in, because again, this is on like the virgin fuzz. We learn to live with things. Such is the way of things. I have not been recording very much. It is, what's today? The 19th? So August is almost done. Our last class was 2 weeks ago, and between then and now, I haven't really been doing that much that I felt warranted recording. I have mostly just been sitting in the office drawing. One big thing, like one very exciting thing for me, is that the webcomic that I'm working on with my buddy Charlie is now live. The first 4 pages are up right now on Instagram, Tumblr, and bluesky. It's called Above the Crowd, Below the Lights. It's been a real labor of love, and I'm very excited that we finally have it launched and set up and out in the world. It will be updating weekly. Every Monday there will be 1 or 2 pages available. And if you are part of my Patreon, you get them early, plus some fun extras and exclusives and stuff like that. And that is very exciting, and I'm very excited to share it with people. It's all I've been talking about basically for like a month. And it has a pretty modest reception right now, which is kind of what I expected and not really something I'm worried about. Because I think for me, the fact that I'm actually working on something, and I'm working on something with somebody who is as passionate and as interested as I am, is kind of the success in and of itself. I've been talking about wanting to do comics since I was like, 14 years old, and the fact that I'm working on one and I already have like plans for it, exciting enough as it is. I mean, knock on wood. Hopefully people do end up picking it up and reading it and enjoying it as much as we are. But that is, for me, not the main goal. And I've thumbnailed, like, the first half of chapter 1 is kind of on its way. But there's a certain point right now where I'm really struggling trying to figure out visually how I'm going to get from, like, point A to point B in the script. And I find that when I'm having those kinds of troubles, the best thing for me to do is get out of the office and go to a different location, and hopefully a change in scenery will get like the juices flowing for me. It's really nice out, so I think I'm gonna go down to one of the beer gardens in town and get a beer, sit outside, work on some stuff. I have a new comic that I picked up from the store that I'll probably take along with, probably read that, just try to like get myself into a creative headspace and go from there. I'm a little tired. I've been a little bit out of it. Right after classes ended, I kind of went into a headspace of like, okay, what do I do now? Like, what am I doing now? And so I'm trying to get back out of that, because immediately the hermit in me came back out and was like, no, we gotta stay home. Don't do anything. And it's like, that has never served me. So we're not gonna feed into that. We're gonna go outside and we're gonna do things, I guess. Can you see the babies? Oh my god, it's babies. Oh, babies. Hello, babies. Oh, little babies. Anywho, I'll see y'all later. We are about to get ready to go to a job interview that I'm hoping will go well. I think it'll go well. Knock on wood, it goes well. I guess you will find out. I'll probably edit in if it went well or not. And I thought I would just get ready and talk, which is all I seem to be doing this vlog. I'm not doing any art. I'm not going anywhere. Nothing's been particularly exciting. But to be honest, my life is not particularly exciting right now. So I have a very kind of simple makeup routine where I block out my brows and fill in my little mustache. And I mean, that's pretty much it. I should get into more skincare. I just don't know what's going on with my skin ever at any time. It used to be really, really sensitive when I was a kid. It's still pretty sensitive, but it was really sensitive and very dry most of my life until I started testosterone. And then it got really, really oily. And since I've been off of testosterone, it sort of doesn't know what it's doing. I would say it's kind of normal to like combination, I guess. I don't know. Again, I haven't really paid too much attention, but I should probably get back on the skincare routine. So how I do my eyebrows is I have this CoverGirl clean color palette, and I only really have it for that shade right here, which is kind of my perfect eyebrow shade. I am a natural brunette. I don't know if you could guess that. So all my hair that's not on my head is actually pretty dark. And I like that look. I like the look of like darker brows versus my like lighter hair. I think it's very striking. So what I do is I take my little brush here, do what all the little girlies do. I take my little brush and I will carve out underneath this underbrow here, right here, and make that very like clean and distinct. Now, I don't wax my brows or tweeze my brows or anything, so there are stray hairs that just kind of like are gonna do what they're gonna do. I don't mind that, mostly because I find that to be more masculine and more affirming for me, so that's fine. But I do want that like nice arch, and I personally just follow the natural arch of my brow. I find if I try to futz with it too much, it looks really stupid. And then I go back in and I just fill in the corner here where it kind of tapers down or like goes down. I fill that whole section in. I used to do it where I would block off the bottom and the top, but I found that it started to look too boxy and uniform, and I want it to look at least a little bit natural. Like, it's gonna look like I have eyebrow stuff in, but I want it to look a little less intense. It's not like carved. It's like, I find that when I fill these in, that gives me the definition that I want. And then after that, I take this brush, this kind of whatever this would be. It's like a denser eyeshadow brush. And I've had these brushes for years. I think they were originally from e.l.f. and I got them at Target like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe even more. And so I take that, I put a little bit of the brown again, and then I fill it like so. I haven't gone like out of the arch at all. I'm not going above or below to make my eyebrows look bigger. I'm just filling in what's already there and kind of connecting it all so it looks fuller without adding extra stuff to it. I make sure that like this bottom little bit is also filled in. If that's not blended in, you can definitely like see the separation of eyeshadow versus actual hair. Ta-da, eyebrows. And then I'll use whatever's left on the eyeshadow like brush I won't dip back in. I'll just use whatever I have to brush into my mustache. Again, not to like make it look like there's more there. We're just kind of enhancing what's already there. So I already have sort of a sparse little rat stash, and I'm just making it a little bit more prominent. And that's also why I like having the darker hair versus the dyed blonde. It makes the facial hair tend to stand out a little bit more. Then I have the Thick It, Stick It eyebrow mascara. This is not my favorite. There's another NYX product that I really, really love. I can't remember the name of it. If I remember, I'll put a picture up right here. And I usually go for that, but I couldn't find it the last time I was at the drugstore. That's the other thing. I will never go back into like an actual makeup place. You couldn't pay me. I wipe off a lot of the excess back into the little tube, and then whatever is left, I will very lightly brush into the hairs. And I don't dip back in. I just kind of turn the brush. Whatever is on the bristle goes into the brows. And then I will do a slight combing so it's a little bit more tame again. It's not all over the place. And then, again, not dipping back into the tube at all. Whatever is left goes very lightly into the mustache. The key is for it to not look super noticeable. I'm sure somebody who knows what makeup looks like will notice it, but if it's not, then like sometimes I'll take the extra, sweep it under my eyes, because I find that like having heavier bags or like a little bit more going on down here also kind of reaffirms the masculine for me. And that's it. That's all I do on my face. If I'm feeling extra spicy, I'll put on like maybe a clear gloss on my lips, but I have very sensitive lips, so I don't usually put anything on that if I can help it. This is the third interview I have had in the last 2 days. Yesterday I had back-to-back interviews, which were fine. I think for me, it's just strange. I spent a long time working and applying and fighting to get a job, and nobody was taking my applications for like 2 or 3 months. And then suddenly in like 2 days, they all just at once, which I don't know what that means. Like, I'm sure somebody could tell me what that means or what that doesn't mean, but it's just interesting that it's like I've been working, and then suddenly it all happens at once. By the way, if you see my binder here, that's okay because I'm going to be wearing a shirt over it, so nobody will see it. This interview is for a position that I applied for a couple months ago, and that immediately got filled, and it really bummed me out because I really liked where it was, and like I felt like I could really do the job, all that kind of jazz. So I was pretty bummed, and then I saw that they were hiring again for the same position, so I immediately was like on it. They called me yesterday morning when I was getting ready to go to this other interview for another place. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood, hopefully it goes well. Look, it is Saturday, August 30th? No. This is a fucking mess. I thought this would be a fun change of angle, but instead it's everything falling down. Ugh. Anywho, on Monday I start my new job, which I am very excited about, and I am nervous. I haven't been working in like a actual job setting in like 6 months. I think maybe sometime in September I will do like a sort of retrospective or like a reflection on the last 6 months. Because I believe when I started this channel, that was my, like, I'll give it this amount of time. I think I said I'm going to give it 6 months and see how I feel after that. So I think sometime in September I will do that. My hair is crazy. I haven't put any product in it yet. So I'm going to do that probably. But I start my job on Monday, and even though you can kind of wear whatever you want, like there's no like hard dress code, they do want you not to be wearing like logos or like graphics like this on your shirts or whatever. And if you have seen anything that I've ever done ever, you know that I am a graphics tee kind of fella. I have very few just like blank shirts. So I think I am gonna go today to a couple of thrifts and see if I can find some sort of neutral shirts and maybe some jackets or like, like flannels or overshirts that still feel like me, but can be worn in more of a work setting. So I'm gonna go do that. It is pretty warm out already. It's not even noon yet. So I'm a little worried that it's gonna be busy, and that's gonna stress me out, but such is the way of things. I did order some stuff online, so maybe when everything comes together, I'll do like a clothing haul, probably next video. Yeah, so I'm gonna go do that, and we shall see. Hopefully we'll find something. Before I do that, again, I need to do something with this hair. Yeesh.